Hey everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and I've got another process video for you using circles. So for this one, the technique that I'm doing, the circle technique, is to use a big giant circle. And you kind of saw me do this, something kind of like it, in the very first circle video that I did. However, I cut that one in half and I did like an offset design. This one I'm going to be doing, well, I am going to cut it in half again, but the goal, the original intent was to make a big circle, and you saw that I used a paper plate to cut a big circle, trace and cut a big circle. The original intent was to keep the circle intact and pop it up on foam squares, pop up the whole thing, and put it right in the center of the page, and then help pop up my photo and everything like that. And I've done that technique before using a heart shape. I actually don't think I've ever done it using a circle shape. It's mainly just been using a heart, but it's a fun one to do, and it just adds some extra dimension to the page, and then you can tuck stuff behind the big popped up shape. Just a really interesting technique that I have learned throughout the years. So I was going to show it to you here, and then as I was kind of thinking about it, I was like, I want to do like a top and a bottom to the page. So I have some Chamel pattern paper. I am using the big circles, big colorful circles on the top, and then that more of like swirly pattern on the bottom. And I decided to cut the big circle in half, or as in half as I could, and then I'm going to pop up just half of it so that it sort of gives, again, sort of like that offset design, but I'm still using the foam tape or the foam squares to bump up a big shape on my page. So like I said, you can just keep, if you choose to do this, you can just keep your circle intact and bump up the whole entire thing. That's really fun to do. You could use it with a different shape if you want to. I've done hearts before, and that's really fun to do. So whatever shape you choose to use, if you keep it intact, if you cut it in half, get those foam squares out and bump it up, because it's going to add some really great dimension and visual interest to your page. So let's talk about the technique, the rest of what I'm doing here. I really like that other side of the Chamel Never Grow Up paper, and I still have some scraps of it after cutting this very large circle, but the other half of it, the other side of it was cut aparts, and I loved the cut aparts. I really wanted to use them because there were some great spaces for journaling. But you know, whatever. I wanted to use it's sort of like a wheel design that I ended up, that's going to be showing in my circle. And I wanted to use the wheel design because I was dealing with circles and my photo is of cars. Some cars have wheels. So I just thought that would make like thematic sense. So maybe I'll just have to buy another sheet of this paper and use the cut apart side for something else. You can see I'm using a lot of foam dots here, and originally I had only put down a few, and then I went back and put down a whole bunch more, because when you've got a large shape like this, you want to make sure that it's not going to like bow in at the center or anywhere like that. It needs to be sturdy and have a little bit of structure. So you're going to need to use a lot of foam squares, or if you have craft foam, you can just cut it to the shape, and then you get a really nice structure there. So I want to back my photo on some white cardstock just to make it pop a little bit more against all of these patterns. And the photo is something that I took from the train station one morning as I was going into work. I have been going into the office once a week since July, and it's been so interesting to see how the city of New York has changed since COVID and quarantine, stay-at-home orders. And how commuting is so much different. As much as I don't always enjoy commuting, I really hope commuting stays this way for a really long time, because that parking lot at the train station is empty right now, and there's no traffic in the morning, so I'm not stressing out about trying to make the train or the bus. The train is pretty much empty in the morning and afternoon, which is really nice. I hate that it took a virus to get that way, but at least it makes having to go into work a little less annoying. So something else that I did, you see my photo, obviously I did not make it a circle and it's popping off of the top portion of the circle. So I did have to put a square foam underneath the photo to make sure that was popped up and give it some structure and sturdiness as well. And now I'm just trying to figure out like, what are my embellishments? What do I want to use? Where do I want to put them? I did add a ribbon between the two halves of the circle because I felt like it just needed something else to like bisect or make it a cleaner bisection of the pattern papers. And I just did, I adhered it with washi tape in the back, and then I did a glue dot in the center just to help that ribbon stick down. So now I'm just cutting out some Vicky Bouton stickers that I got from the February Not Just for Boys Kit Club kit, just kind of, so I'm cutting them out so that I can place them without actually sticking them, because I don't know necessarily where I want things to go. I know that I want to have some stuff kind of popping out from the top side of that popped up half circle. So I'm just kind of going through the embellishments that are on my desk and in my fake IKEA desk organizer. I'm just kind of, if they're stickers, I'm cutting them out because I want to be able to move them around a little bit if I need to. I don't want to be married to something right away. I'm just trying to see what I have and see what might work. That's the Simple Stories Hello Today collection, which I plan on using starting with I plan on using the papers starting with my January 2021 photos. I'm going to do some Project Life pocket pages. And but I have a lot of stickers. I'm certainly not going to use all those stickers just for the January photos. So I'm going to pop a couple of them on here. And this photo was actually from October of last year. And it's still the same. The commuting is still the same. It's been that way since I went back in July. And I hope, as I said, I hope it doesn't change because I love not sitting in traffic every day. Those are some of the Chamel thicker stickers. Foam stickers, I guess. I was looking for things that might have circles in them, and I was going through, I still have a few pieces from the Pink Fresh, whatever their quarantine collection was. I still have some of those pieces, and the only one that like sort of fit, there was a picture of a shirt with a star on it. I don't actually know what that was supposed to be. Is it supposed to be like a police officer's shirt or what? But I just figured, I looked at it as that it was, or maybe it's supposed to be a pajama shirt because it's got a star in it for nighttime. It looks like a button-up. It looks like a professional going to work button-up shirt. So that's why I included it. Oh, goodness. No one has to know. Only you guys will know and you won't tell, right? So yeah, I'm just going through the embellishments here, and I figured at this point, I have some of the bigger pieces that I know I want to put down. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick those down and then fill in any gaps with smaller circular pieces. I've got some cool enamel dots and some cool like buttons and flare pieces from Chamel, that Never Grow Up collection, which is just super cute. So yeah, I'm just kind of like filling in some spaces here, and I like kind of layering it this way and using different sized pieces. All of these are flat, but I will add some extra dimension again with some other pieces. And it's so fun to just tuck them underneath that popped up foam piece. And it just looks like it's sort of, you're just creating like a really big embellishment cluster along the side there, and I love it. And if you do choose to keep your circle intact, you can have like a bunch of embellishments tucked behind the entire circle. You can go all the way around. I've done that once before with a heart. You might have seen, I don't know if I did a process video for it, but it was a couple months ago. I did that based on some inspiration from the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. And then the very first one I did, I don't think we tucked so many embellishments around it, but I actually did 2 photos in that one. And come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I did a Paper Issues Live where I traced and cut out an apple and popped that up. And that was really cool too. If you have like a die cut machine, or you can find a free printable online, you can do all sorts of different types of shapes. As I've said before, circles just seem to be kind of the easiest. There are always a lot of circle embellishments that can go with a big circle shape or any type of circle shape that you choose to use. And it's a very easy starting point for different shapes on your layouts. So I'm just kind of going through some more of those Simple Stories Hello Today sticker. Those are like flare buttons, but I think they were called brads, but they don't have like the brad backing. So they're more like flare buttons to me. Anyway, they're really cool, and I'm excited to start working with some of the more current photos that I have for this collection. Sorry for that jump cut there. This is almost done. I'm almost done. So I'm just adding a few more pieces, a Heidi Swap sticker. I just wanted that little, I had like three, the little phrase stickers up at on the first top half of the circle. I wanted there to be three because I like things in threes. And then I'm just going through the Pink Fresh Office Hours collection and trying to add in a couple of those chipboard stickers because I was going to work and I figured like work related stuff would be appropriate. And then there's another Chamel chipboard or a Chamel foam sticker. So I had this Amy Tangerine late afternoon embellishment die cut thing, and the floral pattern around it, it looks like a calendar, days of the week calendar, and the floral border didn't work, so I just cut it out, and I'm going to use that as my journaling. And of course, what do I always forget to do before I stick down the photo? I forget to write down the date. So you will see me very carefully peel up the photo so that I can write the date down after I do the main part of the journaling. And then that's pretty much going to be it for this layout. There will be close-ups to follow, so you can see a little bit more of the dimension close-up. I hope this was an inspiring circles layout for you. I have one more circle technique video to share with you, and that'll be up next week. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on that process video, as well as any other process videos that I do for my design teams and just for fun. If you have any questions about this layout, the products that I used, anything that I did or maybe didn't do, you want to know more about, I don't know, just let me know in the comments below. I really thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the views and the likes and the comments. So keep them coming, and I will see you guys next time. Happy scrapping with circles!